and today we are up for the second class for control and coordination for biology class 10th. So, introductions first, chapter name, control and coordination, and the topic that we are going to study about today is going to be the brain and spinal cord. Okay, so this is what we are going to discuss today. In the last class, we discussed about nerve impulse transmission. We discussed about what neurons are, how they work, the parts of the CNS and PNS is what we did in the last class. Today we have to discuss two of the most important organs. Firstly, brain, and secondly, spinal cord. So we have to study the different parts, the roles of the different parts of these specific organs. Okay, so the nerves which arise from the brain are known as cranial nerves. Okay, and the nerves which arise from the spinal cord are known as spinal nerves. And their network is spread all throughout the body, and they are important for the transmission of different impulses in there. Okay, so we can just start with the first organ that we have to cover today, and that is brain. And we can study it using a diagram. So we are going to study the parts using this diagram. So as you can see, the brain is divided into three parts. It has three branches, that is, so it has the forebrain, it has the midbrain, and there is the hindbrain. ठीक है, ये parts इनके आते हैं पहले तो. Forebrain is largely composed of one part, and that is the cerebrum. Okay, so what we have to study under the forebrain is cerebrum. The midbrain, we don't have to study any individual parts, we have to study it together as a whole. On the other hand, in the case of hindbrain, we have to study three parts, being cerebellum, pons, and medulla. So we have these three parts that we have to cover inside the hindbrain: cerebellum, pons, medulla. Okay, so in this I was just showing you these parts in the diagram for knowing about their location. Forebrain is in the front part of the brain, midbrain being in the middle part of the brain, and hindbrain is the back near your end of your neck, that start of your neck, that is. Okay, so these become the three parts of the brain now that we have to cover. Starting with number one, your forebrain, that is आगे वाला हिस्सा. Most important thing to be covered inside this is the cerebrum. Cerebrum is the main, the largest part of your brain. It forms the maximum volume. कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हिस्सा is covered by cerebrum, and it is associated with all of the conscious efforts or conscious actions. यानी जितना भी काम आप सोच समझ के करते हो वो सारा आपका cerebrum control करता है, all of those actions that you're doing. Then it is also associated with memory, how much you are able to retain things, intelligence, associated with your thinking capabilities, that is the thinking thought process. So जो भी सोच समझ के होता है, that is all taking place using your cerebrum. The cerebrum is divided into four lobes which have different receptors. So they have receptors for smell, taste, hearing, that is for all of your different sense organs. You just have to remember the names of these receptors if you want to. That's frontal, temporal, occipital, and parietal. Now what are these four? These four are the lobes. These are the lobes which are present in the forebrain, and they are associated with some or the other receptor. For example, they have receptors for smell, taste, hearing, touch, that is for your sense organs. We know you know that we have five sense organs in our body. That is what these receptors are present for. Okay. Now, coming to your midbrain. Your midbrain is associated and it is responsible for performing involuntary actions. Actions which are not under your control, that is, you cannot control them. So, for example, you have your heartbeat. Heartbeat is something that you obviously cannot control. After the heartbeat, for example, you have the process of digestion. You cannot decide when your body is digesting. Then you have pupil dilation, that is आपकी आँख का जो pupil है वो कितना बड़ा हो रहा है on seeing different amounts of light. So these are all involuntary actions which are controlled by the midbrain. Finally, we have the hindbrain. Hindbrain में we had to discuss three parts as I just told you earlier. So one of them is cerebellum. Do not get it confused with the cerebrum. Okay, so this is important for coordination and balance in the body. For example, when you are cycling, you need some amount of balance in your body. ठीक है, this becomes a very key element there. So जो body का balance है, this is maintained because of the cerebellum. It also helps in maintenance of your body posture. अगर ये यहीं पे लगे आपको कभी, so you can literally just fall down because your body will lose all of its balance. ठीक है. Then pons have a respiratory center. That is, they are important for controlling the rate of your respiration. And the third part is medulla. Medulla, like the midbrain, is concerned with involuntary functions. ठीक है, सो आपका हार्ट बीट हो गया, अगेन डाइजेशन हो गया, प्यूपिल डायलेशन हो गया. Just some examples. So these involuntary functions will also be taken care of by the medulla only. So this is the highlight of your brain. These are the different parts that we just went through. Now that you have studied the functions and features, I think you have a better understanding of the human brain here. Right. Now we can also come to discuss the protection part, about how they are protected. So if I just draw a rough diagram of the human brain, only the outline of it. Okay, so if you just get close to see, it always has a protective layer on its surface. That is what I'm drawing here. Okay. And just for your reference, I'm going to draw it in the form of a box, this layer. Although it doesn't look like a box, because clearly ऐसा तो नहीं है कि we have a box over our head. But I'm drawing this only for the purpose of understanding. Okay, so this is kind of like a double layered protection. Let's talk about the inner layer first. So brain is surrounded by three protective layers. ठीक है, तीन protective layers आती है brain के ऊपर. And what are these protective layers known as? They are known as meninges. ठीक है, meninges. So there are three meninges which protect the brain. एक तरीके से किसी भी इंजरी से they're important for protecting. ठीक है, उसके बाद what is this outer box that I have drawn? This is in layman language known as the brain box, scientifically known as the cranium. So cranium is the brain box, again known to offer protection to the brain. कि आपकी brain इसके through ही थोड़ा protected रहेगी. It's going to protect your brain against any kind of trauma, any major injury, any accidents. So what is this? This whole skull, it's so hard that it's actually very difficult to damage it. Even when they are conducting post-mortems on bodies, they actually have to use kind of like a saw for hitting onto your brain and for breaking it open to study if there was any damage originally to the brain. Okay, so this is what the protection is in the case of the brain. Coming to study the protection of the spinal cord, let's do it on a new page only. It's not difficult. ठीक है, your spinal cord का क्या है? If we had this rough diagram again of a brain, can you see this part? This is known as the brain stem. ठीक है, brain stem is formed by your hindbrain, and what happens from here? It's from here that your spinal cord comes out. It originates from the brain stem. You can see a spinal cord running down your entire back. Okay, now spinal cord is a very thin hair-like structure. Okay, it is the part from where spinal nerves come out of your body, and they are spread all over the body. They have a network all over the body. अभी इतना पतला धागे सी चीज़ है तो इसका protection becomes of utmost importance. So how is your spinal cord protected now? Some spelling error, let's just ignore it here. Okay, so how is the spinal cord protected now? So there are some tiny bones going by the name of vertebrae. And how many of them? 33 of them. 33 vertebrae are actually extending from your brain stem to your lower back. Okay, so they extend from the brain stem to your lower back, 33, and it's somewhat like this: एक vertebrae, second, third, 4, 5, and this is how it continues till the end of your spinal cord, and there are 33 in number. These 33 vertebrae together combine to form the vertebral column. And this vertebral column is important for offering protection to your spinal cord. Okay, this is how it remains safe. As a 33 vertebrae, and you can literally just feel them running down your back, right? You can just see how they're running down your back. So this is what we had to cover today, brain and spinal cord. Let's just have a quick overview of the topic. So control and coordination was brain and spinal cord today. Brain associated with cranial nerves, spinal cord associated with spinal nerves. Brain was divided into 3 parts: forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Forebrain we considered studying the cerebrum, the thinking part, the logical part of the brain. So again we could also add in this point that the cerebrum is actually associated with logics also. So just adding that in. We have 4 types of lobes: frontal, temporal, occipital, parietal, associated with the receptors for sense organs in the body. Midbrain shows and controls involuntary actions of your body. Hindbrain has 3 parts: cerebellum, pons, and medulla. Your brain is protected by 3 protective layers called meninges, and then surrounded by a bony box known as the cranium. You can actually touch and feel the bones in your skull. That's actually the cranium. Offers protection against trauma, injury, and accidents, and even any other damage. Protection of the spinal cord is done by vertebral column made up of smaller bones, 33 small bones known as vertebrae. You can touch and feel them individually. There are 33 vertebrae present here. Spinal cord is a very thin hair-like structure, so it's very important to protect it. Okay, this is where we conclude today's class, and I hope everything we did was pretty clear to you. So all the best to everyone, and study well, and stay tuned for the next session. Bye.